Hi guys, welcome to the little wood shop again. So for this week we built two little wedding boxes. We've logoed or lasered some logos for Rian, my friend, 118 logos. And then the biggest job, the legs, the table legs, almost done. All the crosses are done, 80 dados cut, 160 miters cut, all done together. The only thing we have to finish next week is the tops and bottoms. So this is a project almost done. So guys, enjoy the video, and then at the end we're gonna try to make some veneer for a friend out of Coenraad. So watch until the end and see what the result of that is. So guys, to bring you up to date, busy with the table legs that we're gonna build. I've now chopped up the 6 meter lengths into pieces. These ones I get 6 of the crosses out each, and those ones that's a bit longer I get 750s out of. I'll show you a bit later. And then the little offcuts at that side I get 750s out. So I try to maximize the 6 meters as much as possible. So I've just chopped them up with a track saw and the short little track, the 900mm track. So then I take it to the table saw and I rip the 152s that you see there. I ripped into half so that I get a 70 and a 70 out of that. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to put them through the planer to get them all to 35mm. And I'll show you why a little bit later. Then after I put them all through the planer, we'll then start chopping them up into little crosses. After the crosses, we will then do the half laps and then start assembling. That side, the laser is running at full steam. Rian's boards is almost done. The batch there is all done both sides. There's a few there behind the track that still has to be done, and then one there that still has to be done. So that job is almost done. So guys, what you see here is gonna make up 20 of those crosses. So they're all gonna be cut up into pieces like this. That will then make up 80 little pieces like that to make up 20 of those. So these are 261 long, 2.61 meters, which makes I get 3 of those out of each one of these. So that's just the crosses. Then we're still gonna make the tops. That's gonna go on top and bottom, which is gonna be 750 each out of whatever is left there. So I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. First we're gonna now finish up. I'm not gonna plane it now, it's a bit late at night now. My neighbors are sleeping, I think. So tomorrow evening we'll shove these through the planer and start chopping them up into little pieces like that. So all the boards were cut 2610 long, and I just put them through the planer to get them all dimensionally the same, in this case 35mm. So in thickness they're 35mm by 70 wide, and then 2610 long. I'm now chopping them up into the leg parts. I need 80 of these parts. I so far think I got 53 or 54 here done. Just gonna cut up those quickly. Then we got the legs, and then it's the dados, or the dado stack. I just cut it on the miter saw quickly, just up to size. Just put myself a little simple stopper block there, and now the last few to cut, then we'll pack up the dado stack. So guys, I've got the dado stack set up so that the height is half of my block, and then I just double side taped a stop block on each side. So cutting that side will give me the furthest cut, and then that side the nearest cut, and then I just clear out the in between. So all I've done is from the center of my dado stack, which is the center insert, the distance from there to that and the distance from there to this must be exactly the same. By doing that, I know now that my half flap will be exactly center of my stock. So I've cut a few samples. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and now let's cut 80 half flaps. So guys, that's 80 dados cut and the mite is done. I just want to show you there's not much in life that makes a mess like a dado stack. This thing can make a horrible mess. And please comment guys and tell me if your dado stacks also hate you so much. This thing shoots the shavings through this little hole in my fence right into my pot belly. And it's actually quite painful. I had to actually go put a jacket on to stop that from happening, or from being so painful. So guys, please tell me, does yours do it as well? What do I do wrong? So guys, time for assembly. So what I've done is I already glued all the half flaps, and just makes the glue up easier. I filled up my glue bot with normal alkaline white glue, normal PVA glue. I usually buy them on 5 liters like that, just makes it more economical. It is a soft wood, it is pine, so white glue will be fine enough. I'm going to use 5x50 cut screws. In other words, I don't know if you can see there, it's got the little tip that cuts its own way. You don't have to pile it. And yes, it's a bit heavy duty and it's thick and big, but that's what we want for this, because these table legs are going to take a lot of punishment. So all I do now is glue up, in other words, give it a load of glue. Of course, making sure that as much of the imperfections are on the inside of the glue up, and then just basically put the next one on. And this is what they're gonna be. What I need to make sure is that the ends is as straight and as flush as possible. That will make my job so much easier once we put the tops and bottoms on. So now I just screw it down, 4 screws, 1 on each end, and put it to a side. I'll show you now what it's going to look like with the top and bottoms on. Let me get this done quickly. So guys, there's now 20 of them glued and screwed together, and all they need now is the tops and bottoms. And once that is added, it will look like this. So I took the trimmer out and just trimmed with a little round over all the edges where I can reach, just to make it easier or more comfortable for the people handling them, to stop it from splinters and everything. So the tops and bottoms, what I've done is it's a 2-piece. I first screwed in this piece, glued, and then screwed in, and then I added the second one, glue and screwed again. So the overall dimensions of this is going to be from point to point 750 mil, and from top to bottom, or bottom to top, 740 millimeters. That's the dimensions the customer wanted, and that's what they end up as. There you can also see on the side the 2 wedding boxes is done. I was under the misimpression that whatever funds the couple collect in these boxes will go for tools, because the groom must buy tools to fix the bride's house. But apparently I was wrong. So I don't know what the bride, probably buy curtains with it, but I would prefer tools. I think we must start a tradition like that. So guys, that's them done. Hopefully by the end of this week, all those will end up looking like this. Hi guys, quick little challenge for today is I'm busy burning for Rian, one of the subscribers to this channel, one of the earliest subscribers to this channel, or followers to this channel. I'm burning a bunch of logos onto little cheese boards he made for the dog agility club he belongs to or is a member of. And it's BAD, bad, it's not bad dog. Apparently it's something, I don't know, Rian, help us right here. Bloemfontein agility dogs or something like that. Rian will help us right there. So anyway, I'm burning this at 3 meters per second and 90% laser intensity. And as you can see, it burns it actually quite nice and dark. And it's actually quite deep as well. So this will last a while. On the back then, we're also going to burn Rian's little logo for his woodshop. And they decided on the logo, and then he brought me this yesterday to burn. It's 50 something. We'll burn them quickly and get them done. But the best challenge for today, or the challenge for today, will be Henry, also a subscriber to this channel, gave me a little challenge. He wants key art as thin as possible, basically a veneer. And he cut this on his bandsaw, and I don't know if you can see that his bandsaw definitely needs some attention. It's about 3.5, 4 millimeters on the one side and then 2 millimeters on the other side. And that is usually alignment. Most of the time blunt blade or a blade that's not tight enough. But the only way I can think of doing this and getting this down to close to 1 millimeter at least will be the drum sander. Now I've got the Jet 1632 drum sander, which we're going to try this on quickly, because the thickness will just definitely eat this up and it will end up in a dust collector. So I don't think that's an option. If we had conical blades, we might have taken a chance up to so 2 millimeter, maybe 3 millimeters. I think so. But I think the safest way to do this will be the drum sander. So I'm a sucker for a challenge, and let's see what we can get this done, or how we can get this done.
Two hours later.
So quite a few passes later, we've managed to sand these down. They're all now 1 millimeters, and I think that classifies as a veneer. It's not a very, you can bend it. I hope it's not a tight bend that he wants to bend it, but I think this will definitely classify as a veneer, and it went without any hiccups. I think if I really try, I'll take this down to 0.8, maybe 0.7 millimeters. So yes, now we know that we can make veneers on the drum sander. One thing that almost definitely sure helped is the paper on my drum is 80 grit. So 80 grit, and I haven't changed it in this year anyway, so that's 6 or 7 months old, and I think that helped a lot. If it was a sharp 80 grit, I think it would have been a different case. It would have been a bit more aggressive and it might grab it. As you can see with Rian's logos, I made some progress there. Still got a few to do. That's the front logos almost done. Then I'll do the back logos for him. And I'm quite happy with this. I don't know what. Tell me what you think. But I think this classifies as a veneer. I'll still steam it if it's a tight bend that you want to bend it to. If I'm not going to bend it too far, I'm scared I'm going to break it. But I think if you steam this, you'll actually get whatever shape out of this. You can actually, yeah, I'm happy with it. So guys, it was a busy week. We haven't got many projects done, but at least the 2 wedding boxes is done, and most of the table legs, the worst of the work is done. It's basic final assembly, sanding and routing. So this should be finished quite early next week. I also then, for Rian, my friend, I lasered 118 logos on that little cheese boards that you see. So yeah, it was a busy week, but not many projects went out the door. And hopefully next week we'll get a few more projects out the door, so that we can get that long list much shorter, so that we can start with the nice projects. But that was it for this week. Guys, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means a lot to this channel. And then, most of all, stay safe, stay healthy, make some dust.